Hi, this is Munson with Munson Music, and we're going to talk about how you can play a song called This Is What It Feels Like by Armin van Buuren featuring Trevor Guthrie. And we're going to end up cabling this on the first fret, but it starts out with a really cool little piano lick where you can play open B 3 times, and then third fret on the high E string, and then we do that again, and then we go to first fret on the B string 3 times, and then third fret on the high E string, and then third fret on the B string 3 times, and then high E3, and we end up doing kind of that whole lick at the end 4 times. So we got open B 3 0 0 0 3 1 1 1 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3, and the notes you're kind of playing are B B B G B B B G C C C G D D D G D D D G D D D G D D D G. Now randomly, if you're a little bit more adventurous, you could throw in bass notes to kind of imply the chords that are going on there. So you could play open E with that first open B, and I'm kind of doing that hybrid picking, so I'm using my pick for my fingers, or my pick for my basses, and kind of use my fingers for the lick. Although you may want to kind of try this finger style too. It might feel good without the pick actually. But then when you go to that first fret on the B, you could add third fret on the A string, and then you could play third fret on the low E string for that third fret on the B string. So you may want to kind of think about kind of adding in some basses. That may be kind of a cool way to kind of intro the tune. Let's just kind of dig it on that. Now the chords that would kind of back up that lick would start on an E minor chord. And the way you play E minor, first finger goes to the A on the second fret, second finger on the D on the second fret, and if you strum all those together, that sounds like E minor chord. It sounds really sad. Now randomly, you might also want to think about using something like E minor 7, where you take that shape and add third finger on the B string third, pinky on the high E string third, and if you strum all those together, that sounds like E minor 7 chord, and it sounds really sad. And then from the E minor, we're going to a C major chord. When we play C major, first finger goes to the B on the first fret, second finger on the D on the second fret, third finger on the A string on the third fret. And if you strum the A string to the high E string, that sounds a C major chord. Now another chord or another C you may want to think about using is something called C major 9. And the way you play C major 9, first finger goes to the D on the first or second fret, second finger on the A string third fret, third finger goes to the B string on the third fret, and the pinky goes to the high E on the third fret. And if you strum the A string to the high E string, that sounds a C major chord or C major 9 chord. So you may want to think about that too. That way you can kind of work the E minor to the C major 9 without having to move 3 and 4. And then from there, then we go to a G major chord. And the way you play G major, first finger goes to A on the second fret, second finger on the low E string on the third fret, and then the third finger on the high E string on the third fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a G major chord. It sounds really happy. Now another G chord you may want to play the G major, you may want to think about is taking first finger and going to the A string second fret, second finger on the low E string third fret, third finger on the B string on the third fret, and the pinky on the high E string on the third fret. And that's just another way you can play your E minor, and then that way you can kind of hold on to that third finger and fourth finger through that whole part of kind of our verse. And we end up repeating that quite a bit, kind of that E minor, C, G, G. And we do that 3 times, then we kind of have this tag in the end of our verse where we go to a D major chord. And when we play D major, first finger goes to the G on the second fret, second finger on the high E on the second fret, and third finger on the B string on the third fret. And if you strum the D string to the high E string, that sounds a D major chord. It sounds really happy. And it's kind of this cool little hit there where you do D major, E minor, C major, and then we end up back on our G major at the very end. Now a lot of times with a song like this though, to make it more interesting, I like adding something called a strum pattern. And one of my favorite strum patterns for a 4/4 like this is down, down, up, up, down, up. So you take the E minor and just tried that a lot. You'd have down, down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Now the weird part about applying that to our verses, there are a couple chords actually where we end up just having enough time to do half our pattern on. So we do our whole pattern on the E minor, half our pattern on the C, which is the down, down, up, and then go to the G with our whole pattern again. And then on the last part actually, that we do that same kind of idea between the D major, the E minor, the C major, and then we end up back on our G major kind of with our whole pattern. So we tried our strum pattern through our verse. We have E minor, the down, down, up, down, C, down, down, G, down, down, up, down, G, down, down, up, down, E minor, down, down, up, down, C, down, down, G, down, down, up, down, G, down, down, up, down, E minor, C, G. until we kind of get to a solo part. And actually this is kind of like a little variation that kind of comes in. We end up with kind of a waiting G major, but you will kind of hear at different points, especially on the last chorus, where it's just like the progression we just talked about, except for the G major at the end of the phrase kind of gets halved with a D major. So we tried that variation. We have E minor down, down, up, down, C down, down, G down, down, up, down, G down, down, D down, down, E minor down, down, up, down, C down, down, G down, down, up, down, G down, down, D down, down, E minor down, up, down, C down, down, G down, down, up, down, G down, down, D down, down, D down, down, E minor down, C down, down, G down, down, up, down, B, G. So you may want to kind of think about kind of using that through the song too. Now the weird part is to play along with Armin van Buuren, instead of starting on an E minor chord, it's actually starting on an F minor chord. So to play along with the recording, what you want to do is take a capo, and if you put the capo on first fret, then now your E minor is really an F minor chord, your C major is really a D flat major chord, your G major is really an A flat major, and your D major is really an E flat major. But you could still kind of kick it off with kind of that opening lick if you were kind of digging on that kind of that 2-part. I think that would be a really cool thing to kind of try. Now you really do have to kind of practice that to kind of get that to tempo, but I still think that would be a really cool way to kind of work it, especially if you're thinking about how you're going to cover it. So you could work it that way, or you could kind of go and just work that as a strum thing. And then we have E minor with a down, down, up, down, C down, down, G down, down, up, down, G down, down, up, down, E minor down, down, up, down, C down, down, G down, down, up, down, G down, down, up, down, E minor down, down, up, down, C down, down, G down, down, up, down, G down, down, up, down, D down, down, E minor down, down, C down, down, G down, down, up, down, G down, down, up, down, and then from there, then we kind of go into that variation where we start halving our G and D. So we'd have E minor down, down, up, down, C down, down, G down, down, up, down, G down, down, D down, down, E minor down, down, up, down, C down, down, G down, down, up, down, G down, down, D down, down, E minor down, down, up, down, C down, down, G down, down, up, down, G down, down, D down, down, D down, down, E minor down, down, C down, down, G down, down, up, down, D, G. And then from there, then we go into a solo part actually that follows that same progression. Now one other thing I would think about adding to the song is bass notes, and a lot of times on that first down, of the down, down, up, down, you can throw in a bass note before the chord. So on the E minor, you can do the low E for your bass, and then keep your down, up, down, up. So E minor, low E, bass, down, up, down, E minor, low E, bass, down, up, down. On the C chord, you'd have the A string for your bass, C with an A bass, down, down. On the G, you'd have the low E string for your bass, G with low E, bass, down, down. On the D chord, you'd have the D string for your bass. And then randomly, on those Ds that happen at the end of kind of our phrase, you may want to think about using something called a D sus / F sharp for those. And when you play that chord, first finger goes to the low E string, 2nd fret, the second finger on the G string, 2nd fret, third finger on the B string, 3rd fret, and the pinky on the high E string, 3rd fret. And that's something called D sus / F sharp. You may want to kind of think about that to kind of get the G and the D kind of a moving bass line to kind of get back to the E minor. And on those parts, we'll actually just have enough time for kind of a bass down up. So we tried that through that progression. We'd have E minor, low E, bass, down, up, down, C with an A bass, down, up, G with low E, bass, down, up, down, G with low E, bass, down, D / F sharp, E minor, C major with an A bass, down, up, G with low E, bass, down, up, down, G with low E, bass, down, F sharp, E minor, C with an A bass, G with low E, bass. And you want to kind of hang out on that G before the D with the D bass, down, up, E minor, low E, bass, down, up, C with an A bass, down, up, G with low E, bass, down, up, down, G with low E, bass, down, up, down. And then at the end of that solo, actually, there's kind of a part where we just kind of hang out on the G. And what I would kind of think about doing if I was covering this actually is kind of going back to the intro. Like it might be kind of a cool spot to kind of go back to those lead licks from the beginning. So you might want to kind of think about that, just where you got kind of the waiting moves. So you might want to kind of think about that. I just think that can be a cool thing kind of have a callback to that lick. And then from there, then we go back into kind of our verse part. So if we tried keeping that going with our basses, we'd have E minor bass down, up, down, C with an A bass down, G with Chloe bass down, up, down, G with Chloe bass down, up, down, E minor Chloe bass down, up, down, C with an A bass down, G with Chloe bass down, up, down, G with Chloe bass down, up, down, E minor Chloe bass down, up, down, C with an A bass down, G with Chloe bass down, up, down, G with Chloe bass down, up, down, G with E bass down, E minor Chloe bass down, C with an A bass down, G with Chloe bass down, up, down, G with Chloe bass down, up, down, and then from there we'd be going into our chorus again. So we're back to kind of that variation. E minor, C with an A bass down, G with Chloe bass down, up, down, G with Chloe bass, E slash F sharp, E minor, C major, G, D slash F sharp, E minor, C major, G, and stay on that G. It kind of gives you a little bit more kind of emphasis to kind of go into that last part of the pad. And then we kind of have a big down, and then from there, then we kind of keep that going. Actually, kind of vary that through, kind of for our outro. E minor, C, G, D slash F sharp, E minor, C, G, D slash F sharp, E minor, C, D minor, C, and we just kind of keep that going. And then the last time, actually, you want to think about kind of breaking it down and kind of that last chorus kind of dissolve into downs, which can be kind of a very cool thing to kind of do at the very end. And you can always kind of work this as kind of an acapella deal, just that. So we want to kind of think about that, just to kind of break it down at the very end. But that's the basics of how you can strum through This Is What It Feels Like by Armin van Buuren. So good luck!